Arians, welcome to your reading. This is for 4th to the 10th of April 2022. It's a general reading, so take that in mind when we go through the cards. I also realized last week I didn't do any clarifying cards, so I've got another deck ready and waiting, so we'll clarify all the cards this month, so that should give us an even clearer read this week, not this month. So let's jump in and see where we get to. Aquarius, what does it say? Okay, Knight of Pentacles. Crossing that, we've got the Two of Wands. Recent past, Three of Pentacles. Near future, Eight of Pentacles. Very hard-working month. It's going away. The root of the matter is the Chariot. Head of the matter, Seven of Cups. Choices, choices, choices. Where you're going to find yourself, Six of Pentacles. How will they see you? The Sun. Fantastic card to get. Hopes and fears. The dreaded Four of Cups. And your final outcome. Whoa, the Magician. I love to see the Magician. My favourite card in the entire in any deck. Oh, I've just lost a card there. Just one moment, people. I'm not going to read that as anything. That's just a card that fell out. Energy on the bottom. Wheel of Fortune, Destiny. So let's get to the reading and see what we come up with. The Knight of Pentacles in this deck it's a fantastic image. All the knights and pages are female in this deck. There we go. She's really heavily armoured. Again, we've got antlers for stamina and tenacity. She's on top of this pentacle. She's got a huge hammer. In her hand, she's got, could be a rule book for how to make armour, but it's certainly, a big heavy weighted tome that she's reading through. This armour's kind of, it's tank-like, she's too armoured almost. So although she's stubborn and prepared for anything, it can sometimes read as a little stubborn. But then on top of that, the crossing energy is the Two of Wands, which again is sort of growth and a kind of pioneering spirit there. If you look here, there's some bees around this world, and you're the lone bee at the top that's gone your own way and found something else. So it's the start of something really good. Recent past, Three of Pentacles, teamwork. One of those coins is pouring dirt onto the ground, one's doing seeds, one's doing water, and all three together create a mighty oak tree, in whose shade they shall not stand. But it's teamwork ultimately. So in the recent past, there's been some really good teamwork, and it's been successful because of the Chariot. So you've had a victory there. And then what's happening in the near future is with both the Seven of Cups, which is the choices card. Choose from whatever you like, stuff that the unknown. There is a danger with a choices card that sometimes there are so many choices that you just don't make a choice, and you really do. You need to make a choice to move on. Near future is fantastic. It's the eight, isn't it? Yeah, the Eight of Pentacles. So this hammer's, glowing from the hard work that you've been doing, bright and shiny. People can see the rewards here. Really knocking this out of the park in the near future. If this was a relationship, it's going to go really well. If this is work, it's looking fantastic. And then that takes you down to the Six of Pentacles. That's just reminding you to be balanced about this. So you've got three at the top that are bright and shiny, but there's three down here that kind of neglected. And in other decks, it's a wealthy merchant giving money to a beggar but ignoring someone else. So it's just reminded, keep everything in balance and don't just abuse your power, I suppose. We'll get a clarifier on that, because where other people see the situation is the best card in the deck, the Sun. It's as simple as that. It's the best card in the deck, brightens everything it touches. Wherever she lands, sunflowers grow. We can't survive on the planet without the Sun. It's considered the best card in the tarot. I prefer the Magician and the Hanged Man, but that's just me. Most people would say that the Sun card is the one. In your hopes and fears, you have the I call it the meh card, the Four of Cups. again, that's traditionally, someone leaning against a tree and being offered something, and the look on the face is real, sort of, yeah, whatever, just can't be bothered. So it's a sort of lack of interest card. We're going to clarify because you end up with this really fantastic finish. So the outcome's the Magician, my personal favourite in the deck, as above, so below. Um, Heaven and Earth, good, bad, yin yang balance. But basically, the Fool meets the Magician first, and the Magician could be a teacher, but basically what it's saying is you have absolutely everything that you need to do this. All the tools are at your disposal, essentially. So if you want to be a fireman, you can be a fireman. You want to be a professional footballer, be a professional footballer. It's all there. Whatever you want to be, you have the tools to do it. And then he's got the infinity symbol above his head. It's like, you can do it, you can do it, you can do it, you know. So yeah, that's a really great month. And then at the bottom of the deck, you have, this is unique to this particular deck. They call it Destiny, rather than the Wheel of Fortune. Wheel of Fortune is sometimes described as the train is in the station. You need to get on the train. You know your chances now. Or a Ferris wheel is going round and round, and you say, "I want to get on the orange one because that's my favourite colour." And just as it's about to open its doors, someone talks to you, turn round, and someone else gets on it. Then you go, "I don't want any of the other colours. I'm going to wait for the orange one to come back around again." So that's the more traditional Wheel of Fortune, a new chapter in your life, something beginning. This one talks about something coming out of left field. So it's fate. We don't know what's coming. He's tying all the strands of fate together. He's over our world, looking down, some sort of weird alien being. Again, the triangle, the prisms pointing up and down. It's the yin and yang, as above, so below. That's mirrored in the hand signals on the Magician here. There's a lot of that in the tarot, this kind of finding the balance. So it's a fantastic month. It's got a fantastic finish with the Magician there, so that's really good to see. But let's get some clarity on some of we'll clarify all the cards. So we have the rock solid and dependable Knight of Pentacles there, being crossed by the Two of Wands. So you've got the dependability with a little bit of stubbornness, but you've still got the sort of pioneering spirit and growth. So that's quite interesting. What's been going away historically is fantastic teamwork and a victory. I don't see any reason why this shouldn't continue. Again, if you're talking about, love and romance, then this has been fantastic recently, and that's going to continue. So that's really good to see. We have the 4 crossing the Knight. That this is kind of a hoarding mentality, hanging on to what you've got, which doesn't really tie in with the Two of Wands, because that's more get out, do something. This is more, I'll just sit where I am and just hold on to everything. A little bit of the lacking the agility again that the Knight of Pentacles has, that stubbornness. I'll stick with what I've got. Okay, crossing that with the Queen of Cups. I like this card, particularly because, there's a couple of things. One, fantastic expression on her face there. That's not really a cup. It looks more like a trophy. So again, a very kind of sensual person, very leads with the heart, but leads with the heart very confidently. So I think there's some. My feeling is it's not a head month. This is a heart month. Yeah, if that makes any sense. Recent past, the Sun. That's twice you've got that. So we can stop here, Aquarius. You're in for a fantastic month. You're doubling down on the Sun. Universe is saying it's a good month. Near future, lots of action. There's something coming in, lots of communication, lots of speed. So it's going to be a fast actiony month. Again, kind of negating this Knight of Pentacles down at the bottom there. What's kind of the root of the matter is there has been a time of kind of solace and a time to sort of relax and recover. But again, in the stained glass window here, there's someone receiving a blessing. So you've either had or you're going to get a blessing. So that's really nice to see as well. Knight of Swords. So again, with the Eight of Wands and the Knight of Swords, it's all about movement. It's all about it happening now. And this is going bump, bump, bump straight down to this. There's some real kind of movement and action. So it's very definitely something happening this month. So remember to keep it in balance, and it's going to have a fantastic outcome. So, if you took nothing else from it, those two things would be great. This way you're going to find yourself Hangman. Okay. I said it's one of my favourite cards in the True Black deck, and it's still one of my favourite cards. You know, this guy's choosing to hang upside down, and it's so he can see the world in a slightly different way, and it's forcing him to think about things in a different way. You know, you always do what you've always done, you always get what you always got. So maybe you have to rethink something. So if you're always rowing with someone, or if work's not going the way you think it is, maybe you've had a little rest and relaxation there. And again, this is where you're going to find yourself in this situation. This also talks about um, losing the battle to win the war. So there's a self-sacrifice to be made as well, because that's what he's doing. He's willingly sacrificing himself and his comfort to see the bigger picture, to see what he really wants in life. You know, sometimes you think, why are we arguing about this? It doesn't bother me. It's really important to you. Let's do that then. Let's go to Hong Kong on holiday if that's what you really want, and I'm not bothered. So that kind of energy, I suppose. King of Pentacles, very stoic, determined, bullish. You know, it's Taurus. Um, but you know, yeah, great place to find yourself. He's armored, he's ready to go, he's wealthy. So this is talking about, um, you know, having that confidence of knowing that you're right. Okay, then in hopes and fears, we've got the moon. Let's just get on to the end as well. Okay, right. Okay, we got the high priestess, bottom of the deck. You got the fool, jumping with both feet. So it's going to be an adventure this week. So I think something's coming in that you don't know anything about that's really going to kind of blindside you, but it's not going to be a problem at all. It's a really good thing, gives you a really good opportunity to, you know, jump into it with both feet with the fool. The reason I kind of slowed down a little bit here was the moon can sometimes, there's a couple of readings with the moon, and there's normally a path going between those two wolves off into the hills. It's not drawn on this one. Sometimes it's a dog and a wolf, or two dogs. This one's two wolves. But you know, you've got the two pillars here that are repeated on the high priestess. I'll show you in a minute. The crayfish coming out of the water is your subconscious coming to the surface. All those kind of gut feelings about, oh, what if, or yeah, there's a lot of what am I looking for now? Um, you know, sometimes you kind of go with your gut. I was saying before, wasn't I? It's heart, not head month. I think that's what this is. I'd go with your gut this month. I'd go with your instincts. I would heed any of those signs and portents. You know, if you see something out of the corner of your eye and go, that's just reminded me I need to buy a birthday card, or that's just reminded me it's something. There's going to be a couple of triggers this month, and then you end up. I mean, this is a fantastic outcome. I mean, that is essentially the when the fool goes on his journey. There's the fool. Zero, all or nothing, jumping with both feet. I'm off on an adventure. You know, the dog's kind of going, really, you're about to step off here? And, you know, he's like, he's got everything he needs in that little backpack. His face is just so relaxed. He's dressed weirdly, but, you know, he's dressed for comfort, not for style. The sun is blasting out behind him. He's just off on an adventure. Really powerful card to get this. And then with the high priestess and the magician, they're effectively the first two people that the fool meets on his journey. So they're sort of considered his spiritual mother and father. But again, we've got the pillars of Solomon here. Pomegranates in the background relate to the underworld and the unknown. So we don't know what's behind that cloth. There's hints that it's fertile and positive, but we just don't know. She's got the crescent moon down here, and she's got the sun on her head. So she's the yin and yang, the black and white. Again, she sees both sides, and this is but with her, she's got a real interest in kind of mystery and the occult and those sort of coincidences and what ifs. So it's a great month for that. Aquarius, I think this is just fabulous. You've got the sun twice, so no question, it's going to be a great month. You've got the fool jumping with both feet. You've got the hanged man, you know, look at something a different way. Lots of energy, you know, lots of movement and energy coming down there. And I think you've had recent past has been great. So don't be stubborn. and enjoy all the little kind of victories and rewards, you're in a really solid place. And then you're going to find yourself, I would just say, just bear in mind all those sort of weird coincidences that you see, or anything that you feel. This month's definitely very much a month of feeling something. And then, like I say, to finish off with those two, absolutely tremendous. Really, really good, positive month. So that's great, Aquarius. I will see you in a week. In the meantime,